First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Los Angeles Rams. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. See equivalent of a change-up in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the change-up, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
It's the former Lion, and Ndamukong Suh on the tackle. To throw on second down is Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him a gain of 37. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
All right. Come on out. Whirling.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. He uncorks it for Snead. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Fighting him off. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. It's the former Lion, Ndamukong Suh, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play action. Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Give me radar. Let it go here.
Out of the gun, Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now the rookie from Tennessee, John Kelly. And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line. Yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Here we go, fellas, here we go.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
17.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Dancing to his left. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Obama, Super One.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. Room here to run. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
40 got. 40 got.
On 2nd down, Johnson, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
White. Let's go. White. 21. Zebra.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Sam Martin now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much. And
now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the end zone, gone. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they're going to get this one all the way out to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Kerry Hyder in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's got Snead. And that one results in 35 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. On first down, it's gone. His throw caught right around the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first and goal, Gurley. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Third and goal, Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Rams are in for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
22! Hurry!
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
10.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now a handoff for Gurley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And Zuerlein's kick is good. So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Muscles him off. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. From the gun, here's Goff. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Gerald Everett is tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
76.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Leaping over him. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run it with Morris. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Steady, lady. Hey, go here.
To throw on third down, Stafford. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over first and 10.
14.
From his goal line here, gone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Trying to improvise. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Airing one out for Boyd. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
21.
Off play action. Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete to Tate. Touchdown, Detroit. Auden Tate, his 1st NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Lions are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On the toss, it's Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 29, 2 short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Rams add on to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Stafford. Big gets this one to Boyd. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
21. Like that. Lady.
Off play action. Stafford. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Sean Robinson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Goff. And the pressure gets to him again. Sean Robinson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Tate. Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's Gurley now. Toss right. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he's brought down after a good gain. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that. I
think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll find Everett there, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Touchdown, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2.
Right. He's done right here. He's done on the right. Obama.
They'll try and run it with Gurley. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Set. Waiting.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's complete. Abdullah. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and it's a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
11.
Play action. Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Lions on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Off play action. Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Off the play fake. Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They run. It's Johnson. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it's becoming increasingly clear now that the Rams are going to win this football game. Now they'll toss to Gurley left. And he is going to lose yardage here. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Los Angeles, they continue to keep pace for that first road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Lions, not much more to